What's up, Scorpio? It's your girl Alex, and I'm here to bring you guys another reading. New York City. Shout out to everybody in New York City and the New York Knicks. Ah, y'all did that. I'm so happy for New York City. And I'm from New York City, but I haven't been there so long. But anyway, let us get to your readings. Scorpio. What's up with Scorpio? Six of Wands, victory. Nice. Ooh, Six of Wands, too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on here with this King of Wands? So, right there, I'm hearing for some of you, you're going to have to ignore something momentarily so that you can continue moving forward. So you can reach your final destination or reach a destination. You got another two here. Oh, 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 Four of Pentacles. What is that, angels? Six of Wands is a card of victory, right? It's overcoming something and being able to move on again. For a lot of you, oh, you're trying to let go of the past. That's what it is. You're trying not to see two king, sword, one, pentacle. So it's almost like you're trying to not look at, say, for instance, somebody's faults, bad habits, you know, pain points, if you will. And yeah, you're trying to turn over a new leaf. You're absolutely trying to turn over on a new leaf. But I do feel like with the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, you're waiting for someone to make good or I'm not going to say show their hand, but it's almost like you're looking to see if someone or something has stabilized. You're going to need proof before you're able to move on, move over, move away, move around something. Love it. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is moving. Hi, Scorpio. Hey, we got three kings, three twos, Knight of Cups, Hermit. I feel like you're waiting for someone to show you. I don't like the term value or worth, but you're waiting for somebody to make good on a promise. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's almost like, okay, if you stole from me and you don't want me to look at you as a thief, right? Then when my valuables are laying around, the only way I can recategorize you is to see my valuables laying around and you not stealing them. That's what this looks like. And I feel like this has everything to do with moving on and overcoming a particular situation. Right now, you could be waiting. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, thank you, angels. And the Emperor just popped out. I was just going to say, whatever this is, Scorpio, you are going to get to the other side of it. Okay? So, say for instance, if your boss is like, oh, yeah, we're going to give you guys overtime this month, and you see it go in the system, but, you haven't gotten orders to work overtime, and it's just sitting in the system, sitting in the system, sitting in the system, you're going to need physical, tangible proof before you will believe what someone is telling you. I mean, that's the gist of the, come on, don't fall. That's the gist of this reading. Okay, don't fall. All right. Five of Cups. Yeah, this person has disappointed you. It's all going to work out. Knight of Cups. Okay. Knight of Cups here twice. Didn't I see another? I see two, three knights right here. Okay, and we got the Six of Wands. I feel like somebody keeps making promises to you and they're not upholding their side of the promise. What are those called? Idle promises? They just be making promises to make promises. The King of Wands definitely would be able to do that. I do kind of feel like for some of you, you're caught up in some sort of cycle. I do kind of feel like you're dealing with someone who's a pleaser, or you are a pleaser yourself. I think you're the pleaser, Scorpio. I think you're the overgiver. I think you're the overlover. And I feel like for some of you, with this Hermit here under the King of Cups, I feel like for some of you, there is a lesson to be learned, right? Some sort of trauma or wounds to unpack to figure out why you turn to mush when it comes to a particular person in your life, right? Every time your baby sister come around, you will give her the socks off your ankles, right? In the dead of winter. And the universe is like, every time she comes around, but she doesn't need any socks, but you're always willing to give, even though there is no need. Ooh, Scorpio. Scorpio, that's a big message. And it's weird. I don't know where the hell I get pleaser energy from. I'm looking right here, right? He ain't a pleaser. He damn sure ain't a pleaser. That's Leo, that's Aries. That's Aquarius. Maybe Leo and Aquarius are pleasers. If you have Leo or Aquarius in your chart, this reading definitely is gonna knock your ankle socks off. I know. So I'm looking here with the Five of Cups, and my angels just said, typically people who have been hurt and or wounded tend to project their wounds onto the people they're dealing with. So if you've been wounded, you're projecting your wounds on your little sister, thinking, oh my God, my little sister is wounded like I was wounded, and she needs my socks. That's what's going on here. There's Hermit here, and yeah. So your outlook, right? How you're looking at something, if you are fully projecting on someone, that's what you don't see. What I'm here to tell you, and that you need to change, right? Because what's happening is the Six of Wands is coming from the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands does have to do with competition and kind of dog eat dog, right? Proving yourself, standing out in front of the crowd. And for some of you, for many of you, you're starting to overcome that. The moon card here does represent deep repressed emotions, right? For some of you, okay, yeah, I know. My angel said, "Woo, this turned to therapy real quick." For some of you, you are moving away from this underdog personality type, or projecting your underdog, thoughts and feelings on other people. Angels are saying this is what is crippling you and your power. So if for many of you, oh, that's such a good visual, angels. Okay, my angels are showing me a merry-go-round, right? A merry-go-round, right? The little horsies on a carousel going around. But Scorpio, you're hanging off of the merry-go-round. You got your foot or ankle caught up in it, so the merry-go-round is just dragging you around. Oh my God. And I feel like what's dragging you around is this way in which you project your wounds onto other people. Okay? Here's a new leap of faith, wiping the slate clean, and here is illusion, delusion, and love. Right? You got to be strong. You got to become emotionally smart. You got to think. You better think, right? And choose wisely and choose carefully. Do not choose based on your wounds. Wow, this reading just got deep. Okay, Scorpio, listen, get closer to your tablet, your phone, your computer, turn up your earbuds, because I have something to say to you. You are motherfucking worth it. First off, you're the shit. Okay. King of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. I feel like the Scorpio that I am reading for grew up in an environment, and most of us did. This is not a secret. This is not a read. But most of us grew up in environments without any positive reinforcement. Oh my God, Scorpio. You passed all of your classes. You go into the 8th grade. Yeah, high five. You did that. Go ahead, Scorpio. That's what you were lacking, right? So now angels are saying for some of you, you overcompensate with other people. You're celebrating everybody else. But when it comes to celebrating yourself, mum's the motherfucking word. So right here and right now, every last Scorpio who can resonate with that message, I want you to stop for a minute and let's celebrate you. Okay? No, you've overcome certain things that the next person could not have overcome, right? As many times as motherfuckers have broken your heart, stabbed you in the back, tried to, cut you off and kill your shine, you sitting right here with her looking bad and beautiful, right? Looking like a badass mofo and biatch, okay, in a positive sense, okay? Um, you are this King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is stable. You've stabilized, right? No matter how many times people have tried to knock you off your throne, them ass cheeks, your gluteus maximus landed right back in that chair. King of Cups, that's you, Scorpio. Justice card. You know why? Because, baby, you are chosen. You are some of the chosen ones on this planet. And what the hell does that mean? It just means that the universe used you as an example to make other people better. Okay? You could be the catalyst. You could be the example. You could be the healer. You could be Donald fucking Duck. I don't care. You are somebody who has a lot of onlookers, right? Angels just said Scorpio, 4 other friends. Yeah, everybody's looking at you to learn how to be. But what sense does it make if you don't see yourself how everybody else sees you, right? If you don't see yourself as royalty, right? That's a huge thing to be able to wear a mask and be perceived by everyone else as a king, but you go home at night and you feel like a page. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? You are a motherfucking king. I don't care about gender. You are the highest of high on your throne. But you go home at night and you feel like a page. Who am I talking to? Leave me a comment. Page here. And if y'all see that comment, Page here, nah, B, you're a king, regardless of gender. Because in the tarot, right, aside from Emperor, Empress, king is the highest ranking officer, period, hands down. Okay? Of the numbered cards, the king is the highest level. For many of you, you are at the highest level. You're emotionally intelligent. You're mentally intelligent. You're frugal. You're financially intelligent. You got a sixth sense. Fuck, you street smarts. Anybody who's got street smarts can rule the world. Just ask 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, right? He's doing it slowly but surely. Okay? But I feel like you're waiting. Angels just said, no, they're not waiting for someone to tell them that because no one else would have told them that, Alex, other than you. And angels are saying, yeah, 4 other friends. They're watching what's falling at your feet, as in they're watching the little itty bitty things that you're doing. But hanging around with certain people, Scorpio, keeps you in a itty bitty place. He don't do itty, he don't do bitty. He is a motherfucking king. He seizes property and territory and loves his empire, and he's loving and benevolent, and he's the king of the people, right? He loves his subjects. He loves his queen. At the end of the day, it's none of it is worth it unless he's loving himself. Scorpio, at the end of the day, nothing is worth it unless you're loving yourself. Notice how the king is smack dab in the middle of the reading. King of Cups. We end with the Knight of Cups. We open with the Six of Wands. We close with the Knight of Cups. Balance, balance. Three wands, three wands, three wands. Knight of Cups, going back and forth. Reciprocity. Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups. So birds of a feather, right? Four Pentacles. Like some of y'all need to carve yourself out of a situation or environment, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's your friends, whether it's the block, whether it's your city, whether it's your country, whether it's your family. I don't care who it is. Some of y'all need to carve yourselves out of a particular situation because it is, what is the word? It is negatively contributing to your shadow self, right? Your lowered self. Now, I've been watching a lot of Carl Jung videos, Alan Watts, and stuff like that. And our shadow side, we don't necessarily have to resolve them. We just have to acknowledge them, accept them, and then learn how to integrate them into our everyday lives. An example, I grew up poor, right? That's a true story. You want to know, you want to learn how to manage your money? You want to know who's a great freaking money manager? Her. Okay? Because when you ain't got shit, when you finally do get shit, you manage that shit down to the very penny. Okay? So that is an example of how you can take your wounds, your trauma, your shortcomings, and integrate them and make them work for you in your everyday life instead of running from them, denying them, trying to suppress them, trying to keep them, hide them so nobody sees. My shoes got holes in them. Yeah, I went to that Knicks game last night, but I was outside of Madison Square Garden instead of inside of Madison, right? Like, all right. Am I supposed to read the cards? Okay. So I'm going to read the cards real quick. I feel like you have some sort of victory or you have some sort of new cycle, brand new. I feel like it's abundance in all honesty, whether it's information, whether it's tangible, physical, financial. I feel like that's headed your way. I feel like that's coming towards you. I feel like it's headed your way and coming towards you within the next 2 days or 2 weeks. I do kind of feel like whatever this situation is, it's going to make you feel happy, excited, and head over heels. I do feel like for a lot of you, you're going to have to remain balanced, especially emotionally, not necessarily allow your emotions to get the best of you and to run away with you. And I do kind of feel like whatever this situation is that's coming up, it's going to help to resolve whatever this past disappointment was. Yeah, Angel said within the next 2 weeks, 2 weeks from the time you clicked on this video, someone or something who has done you wrong, the universe is coming in to make that shit right. Not only is the universe coming in to make that shit right, but the universe is coming in to compensate you, right? This is an exercise of alignment, right? Scorpio, 4 best friends. Your best friends are cool, but they're at a certain level. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For some of y'all, you may not get rid of them, but you can't be hanging out with them every day for sure, right? I feel like for some of you, universe is saying you need more kings and queens in your life instead of hanging around with these pages and twos. I don't know who I'm talking to, and I'm so sorry, right? But it's almost like, yeah, that makes sense. What are you looking for when everything is blocked, when you're holding on to everything? Growing up, sidebar, sorry, I don't run ads in Scorpio readings, so fast forward, I don't give a fuck. But growing up, I remember being on the block in the Bronx, and I was about 17, 17 or 18. And all of my friends, all of my homeboys, they used to go and play basketball every day. We did New York shit in New York City. And one day I wanted to go and I wanted to see the rest of the boroughs. I had never, I think at that point, I had been in the Bronx for a long time. And I was like, yo, why don't we go down to South Street? Let's go down to Chinatown. Like, I wanted to see the other areas of New York City that I was seeing on the streets, right? Chinatown, the courthouse, Lower Manhattan, South Street, Seaport, stuff like that. So I proposed to everybody, like, yo, why don't tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Nobody was interested. I want to say I had like 4 tokens. I got on the train. I went down to South Street. I saw the courthouse steps. I went to Chinatown. I took a train somewhere and then I brought my ass back home because I wanted to see someplace that was not the block. You know what I mean? And that's what started my wanderlust. I mean, I don't travel like that. But there are some people today who's never left the Bronx. And the Bronx is pretty big, right? But they've never left the Bronx. They've never left New York City. They never left New York State. They never left Los Angeles or Chicago or Charlotte or, Tampa. And I feel like, especially here with the Fool card, I feel like the universe is basically saying, if you want big, you got to go big, right? If you want success, you're going to have to take a leap. And for some of you, that leap is leaping out of the comfort zone, including family, friends, loved ones, whomever. Y'all often hear me say, if you want better, you got to do better. Right? You got movement here, you got movement here, you got to take a leap of faith here, you got to manage your ego and your pride here. The universe is balancing out. Emotional intelligence, it was hard, it was mucked up, but you got decision here, you got decision here, you got decision here. And then you have like this romance and this love affair with the other side of your comfort zone. There is a romantic love, and it could be financial. I'm not talking about a person. There is romantic love, the something that makes your heart smile, right? On the other side of your comfort zone. Personal readings are open. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. Y'all know what to do at this point. I mean, if it resonated, if it made you smile, if it did something, y'all know what to do. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.